All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start out by giving all praise and honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the occupant. They're pushing the words of sincerity and the truth. You can shift over just a little. Yeah, that's good. You went all the way?
Yeah,
All good?
yeah, I'm just rotate.
Push this back just a little bit. Oh, shoot. Yes. All right, Shalom, Akim. Shalom. So yeah, we just gonna do a lesson on how did you
Tech/AI will govern the world.
Yeah, tech/AI will govern the world, which in all honesty, right now it currently is. You know, the way that Esau is able to advance in the science, medical field, these particular industries, you know, is through AI and tech. You know, I was thinking about, which we was discussing. You know, we had this lesson planned for a few days, but I was thinking about when Trump first got in office. He had his inauguration, and we all was just breaking it down on all the symbolic things that was taking place. But one thing when I watched the inauguration is all the individuals that was amongst him. And he had a lot of tech giants. You know, Elon, I think you see a lot of those Elamites. Anytime, in most cases, when it's certain industries with Elam, a lot of them are
Tech savvy.
They're very, very tech savvy. So there were a lot of there were a few Elamites that was even in that inauguration. You know, they had the lesser luminaries, so to speak, the ones that you know, pretty much cover the helm of these industries here in America. You know, and America itself, which it's the military. This is the militarized side of the beast, you know. But one thing about America is America pushes heavily on AI and tech. You know, you have Elon Musk, which Elon Musk is through the spirit is inspired by Apostle Har. Apostle Har was speaking about how Trump really is not the man.
Yeah.
It's really Elon Musk. So I was kind of just riding and meditating. I was like, you know, really, it'll be nothing for you know, Elon to really push the engine, because he has, you know, Trump pretty much in his back pocket to push that C-HIP. And we already know Neuralink is one of his major investments as well.
Yeah.
As, you know, the other technological things that he invests himself in. But Neuralink particularly, you know, is one of the main things that we harp on because it's scriptural.
Yeah.
You know, Revelation 13, you know, speaks about the mark that will be mandatorily put within the right hands and the foreheads of the people. You know, so you have Nvidia and you have all these different tech companies, mainly out there. What's that? Is that Sonoma Valley? If I'm not mistaken, out west. But out west, that's like the tech region. You know, a lot of these individuals are pumping heavily on AI, and we're starting to see that a lot of jobs are being slashed. You know, because they no longer need the masses of the people, man.
Yeah.
You know, what just happened a few weeks ago? They just started cutting off the fat of these different government agencies. You know,
Doge program.
Yep, Doge. They cut out individuals out the IRS. I forget the other different government entities that was associated with it, but it's a lot of individuals that was getting paid pretty handsomely, middle class, which that's what they're doing. They're pretty much gutting out the middle class, and they're advancing their technology, but to the point where robots are able to take your
over,
position.
Yeah.
You know, they said, "Oh, you want to say something?"
No, I was just going to add. The apostles, you know, they've been speaking about you know, that for years now. You know how because the scriptures goes into how the grinding is going to cease.
Yep.
You know, and we see it clear as day now, man. Like the deacon is mentioning. You know, jobs are people are getting fired. You know, people are getting replaced with robots. You know, especially like at these fast food restaurants. You know, for instance, McDonald's. You know, certain mom and pop shops. You know, they got actual robots that's doing the work, man. You know, you got.
Yep. So, and the availability of funds is starting to become more and more dissipated, and the pricing of foods is starting to go up, which is leaving people in a very, very awkward place in society. You know, a lot of people right now are in a state of depression because they're feeling like this is a prison. The amount of money that you was able to even stretch, 10 years ago. You know, you got to think 10 years ago when you was making significantly less, you know, you was able to do more than you're doing at this current state.
Yeah.
Most people they're making more, but they can only afford to gas up their car,
Groceries,
buy the essentials, pay rent, which leaves them, and they're still always behind until tax time. You know, and possibly take a trip or two.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are at a point where they can't take no damn trip at all.
Right.
Which is putting people are in a heavy state of depression, and it's only gonna get significantly worse. Which we seeing even now, people are starting to go on a really aggressive tirade. It's been a lot of homicide, suicide, family-based murders. Scripture speak about the love of many wax cold because the availability of freedom, feeling free, you know, even just the feeling of it, feeling somewhat free, you know, to actually just do what you want to do and have quote unquote fun. That's really drying up, you know, especially even in these different cities. Myself and this brother included, you know, here in Atlanta, Georgia, this has always been known as like an Epicurean type of city, you know, and it's not that things don't go on anymore, but the type of vibe that was 5-7 years ago, it's not even the same here in Atlanta, and it's not in a lot of these cities, man. A lot of these cities are really drying up, you know. So the spirit, and that's the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Awashai too, because the Lord is really, you know, really sucking that vibration of mirth out of the land, you know.
That's right.
And really, the Most High is putting the spirit on these different Edomites to push the engine significantly harder, no matter what type of backlash they receive. You see, Trump, this guy just put pressure on the president of Ukraine, but that's a topic for another time,
right.
You know. And they said they halting the funds
that's being sent over.
This is being sent over, which is going to leave those cats over there in Ukraine in a frenzy. They're going to pretty much be in the front lines, and they got to fight Russia all on their own, which they're going to lose significantly. Because the only reason why they was able to keep them at bay is because of United States artillery, and that's a fact. America is known for their advanced technology, which that's exactly what we're speaking on.
Yeah.
You know, so Esau is really playing a very dirty game. He's playing a lot of mind games. He's using a lot of manipulative tactics. He's making the people seem like the enemy, when really, as time is progressively going forward, he's no longer needing the certain backbones that he once needed. Like we just said, the middle class. He really don't need the middle class like he needed 25, 30, you know, within the 70s, the 80s, whatever. These different ages where the middle class worker was looked at as a, you know what I'm saying, a structural person. They got AI.
Yeah.
They got robots. These robots, they even have the ability to update and depth. I ain't gonna say free think, but it's some. They have they're able to adapt autonomously, you know, through certain realms. They had a They had a video with two phones placed by each other, and they put the AI assistant on. And one of them said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I just need to find hotel bookings. And the other one corresponded to give them like, I'm
Like a
doing
list.
gave them a list, but it was like, you know how it is, the greetings. They were greeting each other. They was like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm an AI assistant." And individuals, the phone has an individual, like the actual person, but the phone from the other two phones matched face to face. Like, "Oh, I'm also an AI assistant." So they started. It's on WorldStar, but it started to go into a whole nother language. Like they just started updating, and they synchronized, and then they started to. It was like a pairing where they actually sent it out, and it wasn't a person had to mandatorily type these different things in, So I say all that just to say, artificial intelligence is the wave. It has been the wave for some time now, but the advancement of it getting into these different crevices, that people were once um, the face of, they no longer need them, which this is the time of technocracy, which I had that definition, but we're gonna get to some scriptures, through spirit. You got it.
I start off in Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. It says, "And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many."
You going to it?
And it says, "By peace he shall destroy many," because as we see now, Esau makes it seem like, through his, his AI, his technology, that it's convenient. But in all actuality, according to Revelation 13 and 16, is to destroy you. Because at the end of the day, Esau is making you comfortable with robots, chips, the RFID microchip, and so on and so forth, to where when he actually does roll out the chip to everybody, it's going to be already within the society's mind that it's okay to take it.
Yeah, they desensitized.
Yeah, it's desensitized.
And that's why the scriptures speak about, which we'll get in Corinthians, to be not ignorant of Satan's devices. You got these people that are just parading around thinking of stuff like nonchalant. A lot of these people are too fucking nonchalant and naive, man. You think the so-called white man is just a game, or he's just something to be played with. And that's why right when Trump came in, he started throwing a lot of those damn Latins out, man. Which we know, of course, the Northern Kingdom is brothers, but a lot of these different Latins, they really are naive to the agenda of the so-called white man, and they think this man is just for their welfare. For years, been teaching, even to the Latins, of course, because they come from the Northern Kingdom. You got brothers that speak in Spanish. You got brothers that do a whole Spanish speaking lessons, like the Elder Boy, in Mississippi, And how many Latinos have he ran across throughout his years, individually and collectively,
Right.
from all these different churches, And how many has batted the hand, or looked at us as weird, so-called weirdos, or somebody that's just not an authoritative figure, because of they say we push so-called racism. But right when the so-called white man got through Trump, got to the position he needed to get in, and really the white men on the whole, when they got to the position of where they didn't no longer needed you Latinos to do all these different building constructions, because you already advanced America so much, they start chopping you down, man.
Yeah.
But that's just that's just a wave. This devil works in waves, and he works in stages. The next is coming after the so-called the Southern Kingdom.
Jacob's trouble.
Jacob's trouble coming after the whole, and really coming after the whole world. The so-called white man is not it's not like the so-called white man is not coming after the so-called white man either. This devil, through the elites, the international bankers, they want everyone in slavery.
Yeah.
They want everyone in subjection. The scripture says rich and poor.
Yeah.
Who are the rich of the earth? The so-called white man.
White man, yeah.
So a lot of these white people will be mandatorily required to take the chip for their cushy jobs, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you got it.
Continuing, it says,
Oh, you writing away. You got to move around, playboy.
it's lucky about that.
Shift. Sit.
Sit.
You got it.
It's like it says, I reread from the top, Daniel 8:25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart.
Yeah, and the scriptures speak so much about crafty counsel, So these devils, when they get together in these round table meetings, they use all these different sophisticated words, and you think that they're actually looking to progress yourself through your job and your life. It has nothing to do with you. It's an agenda. Earlier today, I was watching a video, and it was all these different CNN or news reporters, and it was showing how they all speak the same damn narrative, man.
Yeah.
They were saying, this threatens democracy. XYZ, this threatens democracy, and they just showed like 7-8 individuals that use the same shock value tone to make it seem like they're under a global threat. But that's how the so-called white man puts these individuals in a position, and he puts a podium in front of them, and he has them to push his agenda, man, for manipulation and mind control. Because when you hear these different things, you're like, oh shit, the immigrants, that's a threat to democracy. Or consumers, if they don't do, that's a threat to democracy. So we don't want to threaten democracy. We don't want a threat to democracy. We want democracy to reign, powerful. Not knowing that this man is really using these different hip terms that everybody is familiar with, here in America, to keep the narrative and to further lead you down this tunnel, because this tunnel is leading is going to lead mass majority of you people unto death and destruction. Right. You got it.
It says, he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Yeah, see, so he's gonna take it. He's taking as far as he can. Yeah. He's trying to come against the son of the Most High, Yahweh Shai. And if it was up to him, he would go directly to the throne of the Most High.
Yeah.
So he has no reverence. If he doesn't fear the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, if he doesn't fear the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, you already know what he's trying to do to us.
Right.
But he needs an alibi. He needs to put his ducks in a row. That's why right now he needs time. The scripture says the devil coming down with great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time. So he measures the time. If he knows if he knows that he has a short time, then that means he knows what time he's in.
Yep.
He knows he's gonna have to push this agenda fast. He knows it's gonna get a little sloppy. He knows he needs to keep a narrative.
Yeah.
And he has to keep the people under that high level of hypnosis. And AI and that C-hip is the devices, the ultimate devices to keep the masses of the people under that hypnosis. That's why even everything now we use
it's through the phone.
Through the phone. The chip is really governs our lives now. If we didn't have any microchips, just think about the vehicles that you drive.
Yeah.
Majority brothers, or really not even brothers on the whole, majority of people, they want advanced cars. These Teslas, these all these newer model cars. I don't think it might be the older model cars too, but they have microchips in them. The phones, all this technology, all these
houses,
these Xboxes, your PSs, your televisions,
smart houses.
If you didn't have these chips within your devices, just think where we would be right now.
Right.
And we're not saying that it's something that we desire. Just think about the mindset and the mind frame that the people would be in if they didn't have the chip. So this so-called white man has already made us addicts of this technology. But this is the kicker. He's going to try to take these same devices and put it within you, you know, because he knows that you are already addicted. He already knows that you get a strong high off of social media. You know, that's what's releasing the mass of these people dopamine in these times. Not exercise, not healthy habits, but unhealthy habits of technology.
Yep.
You know, that's majority of consuming people consume on these phones. There's so many people that become multimillionaires through TikTok.
Yeah, content creators.
And content creators, because mass majority, if you look at your hour time, hell, all our phones be going off. Or be telling you, you got to cut your volume down, your screen time, you know, because we be on these, everybody be on these phones, you know. We be alive, we say we ain't, right now, as we doing a lesson, we ain't just doing it from, you know.
Yeah, we got to use the phone.
We got to use, you know, we got to use it. But that's how this devil is trying to keep that constant foot on your neck.
Yeah.
But you got it.
I'm going to go to 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah. See, so we don't ignore his actions and his plans and his schemes and his plots. You know, he's trying to line us up. But the wisdom of it is we're using subtlety, and we're using our wits to fight him on that equal playing field. Because even though this is like a witch's like how do you say it, like a witch box or you know, reflection mirror, these black devices are technologies of Satan. We really use them in the spirit of Yahweh Shema to try to get this word out.
Yeah,
you know,
and we're not dependent, you know, on the social media aspect of it. A lot of people, they can't go a day, you know, without, you know, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X. You know, their lives really depend on it, man. You know, and that's how, like the brother said, the elder said, that's how these people have become addicted to it, man. You know, and addiction, you got good addiction and you got bad addiction. You know, this is the phone can be, you can use it as either or. You know, the internet.
Yep. I got a little article, small point, and then we can hit that scripture again. How many people are replaced by robots? It says estimates show that between 75 and 370 million workers around the world and across all industries might be out of work due to automation by 2030. 2030. You know, this is just a speculation, a prediction.
Yeah.
This means that the number of jobs lost to automation by 2030 will account for 3 to 14%. Oh, that 14%. I'm just joking around. Of the world's workforce. Yeah, so that's a lot of slashing, man.
Yeah.
The job that you have now, you may not have within 3-4 years. I know, and I've been in jobs where they started putting the robots in.
Yeah.
You know, everybody working hard, and you seeing this so-called white man building some shit around the building and shit. Yeah. You see the construction crew all you like, what the fuck?
Amazon. You got this big ass warehouse, multiple of them everywhere, who's being ran by, you know, a tech savvy guy, man.
Tech savvy guy, yep.
You know, you don't think that he gonna replace his people with robots?
Yep.
You know, there's more money in his pocket.
Yep. And they got the robots in those Amazon facilities. See? You know, I know my sister works at Amazon. I know brothers that I'm pretty sure brothers are familiar with people that work in Amazon, and they know that or whatever facility, and you see them robots in that thing, man. Not actually the fucking with the round head walking up to you, talking to you type of robot, which he's always trying to get there too. But the actual ones that can actually control on the assembly line, like an arm, you know, that can actually grab and do all the shifting and you know, do all the fast-paced work that niggas was once doing.
Right.
You know, making $25 or $20 an hour. You know, the next thing you know, the robots came in and
doubled the work too.
They outworking you. Now you looking at your job in jeopardy. Then as days go, you start to see certain people going, and you be asking, damn, what happened to him?
Yeah.
oh yeah. So and so he got fired. And then there's another thing too that these supervisors get bonuses by man hours.
Yeah.
So if they could cut man hours, depending on how they, I don't know how they the exact of it, but I know that for a fact. Supervisors, their bosses give them a set amount of man hours that they have to hit quota. That's why they don't want you to go over 40 hours. Because when you start going over a certain amount of hours, then of course we know you get time. We all familiar where you get time and a half. But Esau looks at that as a penalty to his budget.
Yeah, you got an overtime budget.
Yeah, they got an overtime budget. So they want to keep your hours at 38, 40 to like 40, depending on your type of job. Most jobs, 40 hours. I just keep it general. 40 hours. But if they could really go down a little bit, they would rather keep it at 38, 37. Then when the peak hours come, they'll let people go haywire because they don't have no choice. But really, when Esau doesn't want you to get to that bag, man.
Yeah.
He does not want you to advance. Even it's even in certain jobs where you'll work, and if you know how it is, you come in on your days off. If you go and you start being excessive, you start getting penalized, man.
Yeah.
And certain supervisors start to see your what they call it, not your workload, but your
like the output.
not like your hourly seeing your hours for the previous week and your I forget that time charts.
Oh yeah.
They see your time sheets.
Time sheet.
I'm speaking for something I personally seen. They start looking at your time sheets and they'll look at it through different departments, and if they see certain individuals working 50, 55 hours, excessive amount of hours at times, they really don't like that shit, man.
Shit, some of them send you home.
They'll send you home, and they'll get on supervisors. That's why sometimes your supervisor or your manager will fucking get replaced, or he have to switch to another department.
Yeah.
Because, and these are just little guys that we talking about.
Right.
But they really, you see how Esau even this. Your supervisor is making $60,000 or $75,000, $80,000 to almost $100K. How harsh they are on the necks of the people, and they're willing to fire or / anybody out because they know that their job is in jeopardy.
Yeah.
They go to these different meetings. They always having some damn meeting, and they getting their asses chewed out, man. That's why they got a old fucked up attitude when it comes to certain, excuse my French. But when it comes to individuals in the workforce, you're like, damn, he always got a bad attitude. He always seem pressed or stressed. Yeah, because they on his ass, and they really act like they about to fire his ass if he don't keep control over you niggas.
Yeah.
Latinos and Native Americans predominantly.
Yeah.
So this devil has an agenda, and he's using every facet that he can to keep you in that pod, man. Keep you in that perpetual slumber.
That's right.
Keep you in that little egg, man, where you can't grow, you can't damn near sustain. And they already know that it's already been statistically recorded that 40 hours a week is not enough to even sustain in any of these cities in the United States.
Right.
So how does that work? The scriptures speak about a breach when ready to fall. This economy is gonna bottom out.
Yeah.
And Esau is already he's already building the foundation of the second wave of this or the second stages of this economy, which will be tech. That's his whole goal. Going back to the Georgia Guidestones, it's not to give you more wages. Esau's not trying to really pay you more. Every year you get a raise, your raise, it's the same shit.
Fucking dollar raise.
You get a dollar raise, but inflation don't went up.
Right.
So this devil is trying to. The scripture speak about in Revelation the 18th chapter about the controlling the souls of men. So we'll get a closer or two. Just. I think
Did you want to bring out that word tech?
Oh yeah. So we're going into this this new age of tech. It's really a technocracy that we're being introduced to into. But this is the definition of technocracy: the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts.
Yeah, and that's who at the top. Elon Musk.
Yep.
Off, with the Tesla. Now he fucking launching rockets, man. And he's side by side with the president of Babylon, man. All right, so they're looking to govern you. So that's why the scripture tells you not to be ignorant of it. Because people not even seeing what the elites are doing right now, man. And like the elder said, they're using the mass media to try to control the narrative. Because one week, one week you're hearing about wildfires, the next week you're hearing about something totally different. So who's to know, what they're going to try to control the narrative with.
Yep.
But you have to be aware of that. Scripture tells us to be sober.
Yeah, they had did a video about all the atrocious things that go on here in America, city by city. And, just statistics of just how bad it is. And one thing they were saying is, even in California, $100,000 a year is not even sustainable.
That's crazy.
So it's like I said, it's only gonna get significantly worse. And then with these, like you said, these wildfires burning down a lot of these homes, it's always a story behind the story. And you start to see, like, as you follow that rabbit hill, or as the saying goes, the rabbit hole. Yeah. You start to see, like, damn, this devil is doing this. He got to be doing this shit on purpose. Cause it's only making sense. Why would they do these different things if they could have did it this way? And you be like, yo, I'm just a nigga that's making a goddamn, I'm just a nigga that's making it day by day, and I'm out thinking the federal government.
Right.
These guys, we were apostles. They always bring out a wiser solution this devil could have did. Which we're not gonna give you the sauce, and even if we do, you're not gonna listen anyways, because we already know you got an agenda to implode this motherfucker. Which is fine. We don't give a damn. We want you to do it.
Right.
We encourage you to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Just scripture speak about when you're about to fill your belly.
Yep.
Your new world order is a order that's has to be established by the destruction of the old world. So he has to destroy these different infrastructures that was once somewhat the governing, so that he can actually get to that next pinnacle, man. Yeah. But while he's trying to get to that next tier, or where he's trying to get to, that's when Yahweh Shah is going to intervene. Yeah, you got it.
I got it. That was it on. This Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
Yeah, and that's his writings, his policies. Because the political realm we seeing is starting to become a lot more draconian. You looking at the legislation, you like, God damn, they just throwing, they really not giving a damn.
Yeah,
there ain't no mercy. There ain't. You see, like, a little girl kill herself over the whole immigration thing. You see certain individuals that was, pretty much being, how should I say it? Not defrauded, but they're being done wrong. Even with Texas and these different states, that's technically Mexico.
Yeah.
So you throwing Mexicans out of Mexico.
Right.
Because it's under the United States governorship, and the so-called white man knows this history, man. These devils, especially when it comes to these political devils, they're political historians, so they know the history of Mexican Texas. And the Battle of Alamo and all these different. They got the dates. They know all that shit. You think they really give a damn? They're all about pushing the agenda.
Yeah.
And they got the book slapped on their desk from the previous guys.
Yeah, and if they ain't with it, they just get them out of the way.
Yeah.
And set the next person up who's with it.
That's right. You got it.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Hey, well, like example, I see this about the pausing of Ukraine. We was talking about that earlier. here it is. Ukraine is pretty much a United States ally, and they have joined themselves as an association with America. But America just cut ties with them. Which it's not like we want them to fund Ukraine. It's just the fact of how dirty, low, and shifty this country is. They already done stole all these taxpayers' dollars
Right.
and used all these taxpayers' dollars for this war. But they're saying that they're being drained, so they're gonna clip ties and lead them pretty much to the destruction.
Right.
You know, so they're not really a team player. This devil is doing everything so that he can get advanced. All right,
Yeah.
so that he can advance his
Yeah.
his kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and keep that control.
Yeah.
But he has too many people on his ass. That's the thing, and he feels a threat. He feels a global threat from his enemy nations of Iran, China, Russia, you know, et cetera, and even in the inside, individuals that speak this truth.
Yeah.
You got it.
It says, verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
You got it.
And because really that's what, it's all, Esau's plan is because he knows who the elect is, Esau is not ignorant of what's, what the Lord has planned, the elites, that is. All right, so it's really to try to hurt, to try to intervene on what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has in store. But we all know it's going to come to naught, because the prophecy, says so.
That's right.
And it says that the widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. You see, because Esau is nothing but a thief and a robber at the end of the day anyway. Because even, another quick point before we close out, Trump is trying to say that even if you're a legal immigrant, but if you got $5 million, you can purchase like a citizen, like you can become a citizen here, like a citizen pass or something. But it's $5 million. All right, so what's the purpose of
extortion?
Yeah, it's extortion. You're just being a robber.
Yeah.
You
playing a shady ass game.
Yeah.
Like, who has available funds like that unless you're a damn drug dealer?
Right, drug cartel, and they would know. Even they'll know that this guy is, probably in the cartel or, the mob or whatever it is. But if he got that $5 million, he's gonna take their money.
Yeah, because you have something on his asset or forfeiture.
Yeah.
When you just have a lot of money stacked up and you don't have any type of paper trail, the so-called white man got legislation that he can just take your money, man. He can see, I forget, it's something forfeiture. But you have to forfeit those funds. If you got $4 million and they're like, where you work at? You better be working somewhere to show that you actually made $12 million a year, $8 million a year to have 3-4. Because if you making $3 million a year, you still ain't supposed to have no $3 million cash.
Right.
Usually if you're making a few million a year, you don't have that type of money just unless you've spent a time later on in your life. You in your 30s or your 20s and you making $2-3 million a year and you got $3-4 million in cash.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
Nope.
That's why a lot of people were speaking about this chick. What's that? Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah.
How she making like $120,000, but her fucking net worth is like $128 million. It don't make no sense, man. It doesn't add up. So this devil, again, he's trying to trick you. He's an ultimate trickster. He'll say stuff to put the bait out there, and he'll see what type of idiot bites. And then if you bite, then he hook, line, and sink your ass, man.
Yep.
You got it.
Verse 3, you can close out on this. And what will ye do in the day of visitation and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? You see, so at the end of the day, you can do all this, scheming and being, the deceitful devil that you are. But at the end of the day, and when the Lord brings that pressure on you, it's nothing that you will be able to do, because the scripture says in the book of Revelation that the Lamb is going to get victory over the beast. All right? So it is nothing that you will be able to do about that, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the elect, you know, in the second Ezra, the 6th chapter, man, Jacob holding on the heel of Esau. You know, we're in a time of a transition of power. All right, but before that, Esau is going to try to do anything possible to escape his judgment, and one way he's doing it is by you know, trying through technology.
You're
You know,
trying
AI.
to push that device within you.
Mm-hmm.
But like the scripture says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you.
Yeah.
He's going to try to give it unto to all of us. But we already know that if we resist this devil, he has no option but to flee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the vast majority of the people are going to take it through desperation and the goodies. No one is going to be able to put them in a better case. But us, we not going to give a damn, man. Through the spirit and power you have, Shema Shah. If you got to put us on that guillotine or you got to take us out for this word's sake, it is what it is. We're going to be raised up, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but this devil, he has a short time, and after he's done exhausting all his resources, his tricks and his schemes, his witchcraft is over.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a quick, speedy riddance of this devil.
Yeah.
You know, so we just want to go into that lesson through the spirit, you know, of the times that we're living in. It's going to get more grim, but it's always light at the end of the tunnel. You know, so with that, we're going to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, Maki.
Shalom.